Effect of pressure on change of state, and then we'll discuss few questions and I'll close the chapter. So effect of pressure on change of state. One second. Prashad, today it's last class of chemistry. Next class I'll start physics.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so effect of pressure on change of state. See, there's a gas, right, in a container. There's a gas in a container. Question is, why it is gas? The answer to that is because molecules move with high velocity, right, with very high speed. They keep on colliding with each other. They keep on colliding with walls of container. They exert pressure. They don't have, like, force of attraction between them is negligible. And why it is so? Because they are separated by large distances, right? Now, question was how to liquefy this. So one method we have seen, cool it. So what happens on cooling? Kinetic energy decreases, right? They come closer, right? Volume decreases, they come closer, and as they come closer, force of attraction between them becomes significant, and then they attract each other and become phase changes to liquid state, right? We say gas gets liquefied. Any other method do you have? So when I cool it, temperature decreases, kinetic energy of particles decreases, pressure which it exerts on the walls of the container decreases, hence volume decreases, right? Hence volume decreases. So force of attraction between the particles become significant, right? As a result, it changes from solid to liquid. So volume कम होने से particles came closer, so force of attraction increased and solid gets converted to liquid. The question is there any other way to convert this convert this gas to liquid? So ultimately what you want is, you want these molecules to come closer so that force of attraction between them becomes significant and it changes
You
from
can
gas to
push
liquid.
them together.
Yes.
So apply
You
pressure.
exert, right. So exert pressure, right? Increase the pressure. As you increase the pressure, this comes closer by Newton's law of motion. This comes closer.
Evening, sir.
Good evening, dear. Good evening. So if you increase the pressure here, right, volume decreases. So particles will come closer to each other. Particles will come closer to each other. As a result, force of attraction will increase and this gas will get converted to liquid, right? So we can change the phase by action of pressure also, right? By applying different pressure, increasing the pressure, we can liquefy the gas. By reducing the pressure on liquefied gases, we can convert them into gases and so on, right? The very best example is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, right? LPG, a compressed natural gas, CNG. So these are two things which we use in our daily life. CNG is used in automobile, and
Vehicles.
LPG is, right, and LPG is used in at home. LPG cylinders are there, right, for cooking and other activities. So LPG is what example of gas liquefied due to action of pressure at room temperature and at normal pressure. And at normal pressure, you cannot, gas will not be in liquid state, but inside the cylinder, it is in liquid state. Why? Because it is filled at high pressure, right? Inside cylinder, it's filled. LPG is not at 1 atmospheric pressure. Pressure inside is large, several times more than the atmospheric pressure. Obviously, it decreases as you use the LPG inside the cylinder. It goes on decreasing. right? Finally, it becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. When you say na कि gas खत्म हो गया, तो gas खत्म हो गया means what? Pressure inside the cylinder is same as the atmospheric pressure, so nothing comes out. Okay, so we can use pressure to change the state of the matter, liquid, solid, or gas. Okay, clear na?
Yes, sir.
Now, question is, what is difference between gas and vapor? Gas and vapor. See, if at room temperature, yeah, at particular temperature, if gaseous matter can be liquefied by pressure, applying pressure, then we say it is in vapor phase. Whereas, if at a given temperature it cannot be liquefied, even if you increase the pressure to much values, to very large values, then we say it is in gaseous phase. See, these two words appear to be same, gas and vapor, but they are different. For example, at room temperature, suppose at room temperature, say there's a matter X exists in gaseous phase and cannot be liquefied even by exerting large pressure. Even by applying large pressure. बहुत ज़्यादा pressure डालने पे भी liquefy नहीं हो सकता. Then X is gas and not vapor. Then we say X is gas and not vapor at room temperature. Got it? अगर एक particular temperature पे आपके पास you have some gas and you can liquefy it by applying large pressure, then it is vapor, and if you cannot liquefy it, then it is gas. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So by applying pressure, if you can convert it to gas as a liquid, then it is in vapor phase at that temperature, and if you cannot liquefy it, then it is in gaseous phase. It is gas. Okay, sure. So you got gas and vapor. So this chapter is complete. Now we'll have small discussions like anomalous behavior of water. Anomalous behavior of water. So the points discuss करेंगे, questions we discuss.
Sir, can you please repeat if the gas is if the if the liquid cannot be liquefied, then
if at a given temperature X cannot be liquefied by applying pressure, by increasing the pressure, if you cannot liquefy it, then we call it gas. If you can liquefy it, then we call it vapor.
Thank you, sir.
If it can be liquefied, then it is vapor at that temperature. And if it cannot be, then it is gas at that temperature. Right? Okay. Now, anomalous behavior of water. Water is a special case. If you heat something, its volume increases. And if you cool something, its volume decreases. We have already studied it. Right?
Yes,
if you
sir.
heat something, its volume increases. And if you cool something, its volume decreases. Water is a special case. You heat the water, its volume increases. You cool the water, its volume increases. At 4 degrees Celsius, its volume is minimum. Given mass of water occupies minimum volume at 4 degree Celsius. What? Given mass of water occupies minimum volume at 4 degree Celsius. Its volume increases on cooling below 4 degrees Celsius as well as on heating above 4 degrees Celsius. And its volume increases on cooling it below 4 degrees Celsius as well as heating above 4 degrees Celsius. So cool it below 4 degrees Celsius or heat it above 4 degrees Celsius. In both the cases, its volume increases. And volume would be minimum at 4 degree Celsius. This is what we say is anomalous behavior of water. कुछ उसके अंदर ऐसी चीज है that you will study in higher syllabus, due to which its volume, if I plot volume versus temperature, right? So minimum volume is at 4 degree Celsius. Volume is minimum at 4 degrees Celsius. If you cool it, then also its volume increases, and if you heat it, then also its volume decreases. As a result, if you keep a bottle filled to brim, filled with water in freezer, right? And if it is made up of glass, the next morning when you wake up and check the bottle, it will break. The glass of the bottle will break. If it was a plastic bottle, then also it expands, right? Why? Because you have filled it to brim. You have filled it to brim. So it will expand. Now there is no scope. There is no gas which it can push, right? So it will expand. And glass does not expand that well. So it breaks, right? This is the reason why ice floats on water, right? When I was a kid, I used to think ice is heavier than water, right? But it is not. Ice is lighter than water. Ice is lighter than water. Density of ice is lesser than density of water. That's why ice floats on water, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all, I believe. There's nothing else in this chapter. If you have any doubts, ask. Otherwise, I'll try to get, like, numericals are not there in this chapter. So some theory questions I'll try to get and I'll discuss those questions. Do you have, anyone has doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll ask few questions. Why smell of hot food spreads faster than the smell of cold food?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
There's a simple question. If somebody serves hot food, you can smell it from distance. But if cold food is served, you don't get the smell from distance, or it takes time to get the smell. Why so?
Because
Say,
the smell of the food is trapped inside the air, and hot things expand, so it will cover more distance and it will diffuse more.
it will diffuse more. That is the exact statement, actually. I mean, if temperature is more at higher temperature, right? Question was, if hot food is served, if
Sir, is it
Let's see
related to
if
kinetic
The
energy?
screen is blur.
one second.
Sir, is it related to kinetic energy?
Yes, kinetic energy, temperature, diffusion, all words you can use. Diffusion is the exact word. If hot food is served, It smell spreads fast, right? You can smell it from distance. You can smell it from distance. Why? So suppose this is food, right? And the particles which carry that smell, smell of the food uh, at higher temperature,
Sir, the diffusion rate is high.
at higher temperature, they move with particles, move with high speed, and diffuse faster, and diffuse at higher rate, right? Whereas if it was if it was cold, then the rate of diffusion would be less. It will not diffuse that fast, right? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what will be physical state of water? Physical state of water at normal pressure, and 300 Kelvin, 200 Kelvin, 273 Kelvin. What will be physical state of water at normal pressure and 300 Kelvin? At 300 Kelvin and normal pressure, that is atmospheric pressure, what is state of water?
So the
Physical
first
state.
one will be liquid.
Correct, liquid. So normal pressure and 300 Kelvin is
300
actually
Kelvin.
room temperature,
Yes.
27 degrees Celsius. So this is
Yes.
liquid. What about
And
this
2
one?
is ice.
This is ice for sure. What about this one?
It's an
273 Kelvin.
equilibrium. It's an equilibrium of ice and water.
That I cannot say, but I will say one thing. Exists in both the phases. Can exist in both phases. Equilibrium is a special condition. What is that condition? Suppose there is a thermos enclosure. That means neither heat can move in or it can move out. So if there is an there is a arrangement where neither heat moves in nor moves out, and if you have some ice kept in it and at the same time you have some water in it, both of them are at 0 degree Celsius, both of them are at 0 degree Celsius, then they will remain in equilibrium, right? But
Yes.
can you have ice not melting at 0 degree Celsius? If I ask you, can you have ice not melting at 0 degree Celsius?
You can.
Yes, you can. In fact, if the surrounding temperature is exactly 0 degree Celsius, place ice cubes of fresh water, it will never melt. Surrounding temperature should be 0 degree Celsius, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you have water at 0 degree Celsius?
Yes.
Obviously, yes. You start cooling the water. Water is at 10 degrees Celsius. Cool it 5 degrees Celsius. Cool it further. Goes to 0 degrees Celsius. As soon as its temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius, don't cool it further. Don't remove heat from there. Do not remove any heat from there now. So it will remain water, because to go from water to ice, we need to extract more heat from there. Got it? Latent heat of fusion, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I ask you a question, Acha, so both the phases exist. Equilibrium is a special condition. If there's a container which does not allows energy to flow in or move out, move in or move out, then if you have some ice and some water, the quantity of the two will remain constant. Quantity of the two will remain constant. Okay? So that is what we say is equilibrium. Clear, na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I ask you, ice at 0 degrees Celsius, which one is colder? Question is, which one is colder? Ice at 0 degrees Celsius or water at 0 degrees Celsius? Which
I
of the
said,
two is good?
I said
Sorry?
0 degrees Celsius.
Both. Both are the same.
Both.
Both. Temperature is degree of hotness and coldness.
Both of them are
So,
0 degrees, so it doesn't matter if
correct.
it's
Yeah.
ice or like water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So equally cold. Both of them are equally cold. When I say cold or hot, actually I am referring the temperature. Right? When I say hot or cold, I am referring to temperature. Remember, degree of hotness and coldness is nothing but temperature. So temperature is same. That means they are equally cold or equally hot, whatever you want to say. Okay. Then, to cool your drink, which one you will prefer? To cool your drink, which of the two you will prefer? You will prefer ice at 0 degrees Celsius or water at 0 degrees Celsius. You are allowed to add same amount. You are allowed to add same amount, right, as,
Ice at 0 degrees
Or
Celsius.
both.
so you will prefer ice or water.
So both will
One of
cool it equally.
you are saying both, one of you is saying ice. Correct answer is ice. I'll prefer ice. Why? I'll prefer ice. Why? Though both of them are at 0 degrees. Vishishta, you're not audible.
I think so.
Maybe because liquid is
Mhm.
like
See, ice at 0 degrees Celsius. This is ice at 0 degrees Celsius. When it absorbs some heat, what happens? When it absorbs some heat, what happens? Ice is at 0 degrees Celsius. As soon as it absorbs some heat, what happens?
But we
Do
turn
you
to
think?
water.
First, its phase will change. So first you are going to get water. At what temperature?
So 0 degrees Celsius.
Yes. So even when ice absorbs some heat, still its temperature does not rises. It will first turn to water at 0 degrees Celsius. And then if I heat it further, then its temperature will increase. So I'll prefer ice because even if it absorbs some heat, its temperature does not rise. So there is more scope of cooling with same amount of ice and same amount of water. Because first ice will absorb some heat and will get converted to water at the same temperature. So I'll use this for more cooling. If I use this, then this portion is lost. The amount of heat which it would have absorbed to get converted to water at 0 degrees Celsius is lost. Getting it?
yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So ice will give me more cooling or better cooling than water, though they are at same temperature. Right? Okay. Now, Can you have water in liquid phase at temperature? Can you have water in liquid phase? Water in liquid phase at 102 degrees Celsius. Just look. Let me make it.
Yes, sir.
100 degrees.
Yes,
How?
sir.
How?
Impurities.
If you add impurities,
Impurity.
then yes, adding impurities elevates your boiling point. So you can still have water in liquid phase at temperature 101 degree Celsius. Now my question is, can you have pure water in liquid phase at 101 degree Celsius?
No, sir.
No. Anyone? One answer I got. One answer is no.
Sir, could you repeat?
Can you have pure water, no impurities added,
No, sir.
in liquid phase at 101 degrees Celsius?
No, sir.
The answer to it is yes. We call it superheated water. Answer to it is yes. How? By increasing pressure. Pressure also plays an important role by increasing pressure. This is what we do inside a pressure cooker. Inside the pressure cooker, water is in liquid phase even at higher temperatures, right? So cooking becomes fast. See, ultimately, steam is not going to cook. Like if you say, let's say rice, what cooks rice? Is it water or it's steam?
Such what?
Steam cooks, it's water. So ultimately, listen, you cook it inside pressure cooker or cook it outside. In both the cases, it is water which is going to cook the food, right? So why to use pressure cooker? Because temperature of water inside pressure cooker is more than 100 degree Celsius. Why? Due to increase in pressure, right? With increase in pressure, boiling point increases. Got it? So pressure plays an important role in change of phase. If you increase the pressure, you can have even pure water at temperatures higher than 100 degrees Celsius. Obviously, adding impurities will elevate its boiling point, but in other case, even you can have you can have pure water also at temperatures higher than 100 degrees Celsius, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now, next is uh, I don't know whether you have ever poured some petrol in your hand or acetone or something like that in your hands. Or chalo, perfume or deodorant, right?
Yes, sir.
When you spray it on your hands or in your body, you feel cold. You feel
Yes,
cooler.
sir.
Why so? Why so? You feel cooler?
Because it's pressurized gas.
No. Hint is evaporation.
It evaporates and it loses the heat and therefore gets cold on that
Absorbs the
part.
heat.
Yeah, absorbs
Absorbs
the
the
heat.
heat.
Yeah, sorry.
Absorbs.
So, acetone is volatile. Uh, it evaporates quickly. Acetone is volatile and evaporates quickly. So during evaporation, the particles of acetone, they carry some energy from your hands. As a result, your like temperature of your hand becomes less, right?
Yes, sir.
the same principle on which our earthen pot works. If you place water in earthen pots, it gets the temperature of it is lesser than the temperature of surrounding. The reason is evaporation. As particles, as evaporation takes place, particles carry some energy from the bulk and escape, right? Lowering the temperature of the bulk. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, suppose I have three liquids, so three liquids with different boiling points. There are three liquids A, B, and C with different boiling points. A, B, C. There are three different liquids. Boiling point of one of them is of A is 300 degrees Celsius. Let us assume I'm writing as numbers. This is 250 degrees Celsius and this is 450 degrees Celsius. Just numbers. I'm writing. I don't know whether any liquid exists with this boiling point or not. I'm just saying there are three liquids with different boiling points. One of them has boiling point 300 degrees Celsius, one has 250 degrees Celsius, and one is 450 degrees Celsius. Right? So I have three liquids. Question is A, B, and C be three liquids with different boiling point. Question is which force of attraction in which of the three will be maximum? Force of attraction between particles will be maximum in which one and minimum in which one? Or we cannot say.
C, right? 450 degrees
Sorry?
Celsius.
B, right?
So it will be maximum in
Sir, B. Maximum
B.
in B. B.
Maximum in B. No.
And
Maximum in
maximum in
C.
C.
And minimum in B. QSR. Why so? See, you have three liquids at same temperature, right? You started heating it. Which one evaporates first? B evaporates first.
B.
See,
Yes, sir.
temperature of all the three is increasing. The first one which starts boiling is B. So B boils first. Why? Because particles have lesser force of attraction in them. Force of attraction in first case, in B,
okay.
is lesser. And you have to
Yes, sir,
heat
now we
C
get it.
up to 450 degrees Celsius. That means particle force of attraction between particles was more in C. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is no end of question, but some interesting questions which I found were these only. That's one. These are some. One is based on evaporation. See, during rainy season, though the temperature is more, but it's difficult to dry the clothes. That's one question. During rainy season, drying clothes is problem, even though temperature is more. Whereas in winter, drying is easy even though temperature is less. Why so?
Because
It's easy to dry.
there's a lot of humidity in the rainy
Right,
season, because there's a
right.
lot of evaporation going on, so the content of water vapor in the air is too much to hold
So
the
further
yeah
evaporation does not
yeah
take place.
yeah
Whereas in winter, the air is dry. It does not contains much moisture, right? So in winter, weather is dry, right? And since weather is dry, it is easy for particles to escape, water particles to escape from the clothes. And if it is rainy season, moisture is more. As a result, rate of evaporation decreases. So even though temperature is more in rainy season as compared to winter, but clothes dry sooner in winter than rainy season, right? That's all I think. uh, hmm. Now if any one of you have doubt in this or the 2 chapters of physics which we have done, so ask, or else I'll close next